Okay, so finally, the 2023 rodeo walkaround. This is a kind of special one because it's 10 years from the rodeo being in the family. So, a lot of things have happened since last year, and I try to tell you a little bit about it. Anyway, so here it is. It's a 95 Honda Passport or Suzuki Rodeo, same platform. And right here in the front, we have a custom tube bumper with a 12,000 pound winch. I'm gonna modify it and just change the style of the bumper, but for now it's working just fine. Here we have a power steering cooler, and I have that on there because, with the 35s and the front locker air down, it will burn the fluid up very, very quickly. And this thing really, really helps it. For the engine, when we got it, it had this 2.2 liter diesel engine swapped in, still Isuzu. But it wasn't enough, so I turbocharged it later. It's got a Garrett GT 1749 turbo. Max boost is 20 psi, but I don't usually run it hard, I just got that boost in there in case I ever need it. We have this air filter here connected to the turbo and my snorkel. This snorkel is made out of PVC pipe, but it gets the job done. Eventually I'm gonna get a proper one. We got an intercooler. It came out of a Mitsubishi L300 truck. We have an Optima red top battery, and also this 110 amp alternator. The factory alternator with the diesel engine was like 45 amp, definitely not enough for what I do. And I think under the hood that's about it. So now with the front end, I did a wide track swap, so I used the control arms, ball joint, and CV axles out of a 95 plus trooper. It's 2.5 inches wider per side compared to the stock 91 to 95 rodeo front end. For tie rods, I used Ford F-150 tie rods. They're a lot beefier than the stock Isuzu ones. I have K-Reel Ultra Nitro shocks, 2-inch dip drop. As you can see, CV angle is not that bad. No sway bar. So yeah, 2-inch dip drop, 456 gears, and a Aussie lunchbox locker here in front. Now behind the engine is something else that's kind of interesting. So the diesels came factory with a MSG transmission series. It was either an MSG4 or MSG5, but the thing is the low range ratio is kind of weak. It's just 1.85 to 1. So I swapped in an MUA5 out of a gas 2.6. We had to modify the bell housing in order to fit the diesel, but it works. And so I went from the 185 to 1 low range to 228 to 1. But that still wasn't enough, so I built a custom dual transfer case. Let's see if I can show you right here. So now the rodeo got 2 transfer cases. So the front output got chopped on the first case, and 2 covers welded with new fill and drain plugs. Then we welded the tail housing out of an auto transmission, and we could bolt our second transfer case. So we had to get a custom, well, both drive shafts are custom actually, longer front drive shaft and a shorter one-piece rear drive shaft. Really, really cool. I'm gonna show you how that looks from the inside later. So now when both transfer cases are in low range, this thing gets 5.2 to 1 low range. That's really, really nice. Now here in the back, I got the axle out of a 94 Trooper. I swapped in all the suspension pretty much. I had to build brackets, so I have a 3-link in the rear now. So it's a 94 Trooper axle with 456 gears, a lunchbox locker, the 3-link with triangulated shocks. As you can see, the shocks shocks came from a 99 Ford Ranger. They're very, very long, and this thing flexes like mad here in the back. A lot of flex. You can see here the setup from the back. For coils, I'm running Moog CC782 coils. I can't remember if they are 782 or 784, so I'll leave that on the screen. But they actually ride really nice. Works awesome with the rodeo, with the weight and everything. Extended brake and breather lines. And here in the back we have our matching spare 35. Here I have this ammo can that I use to carry all my recovery stuff. So here I have a shovel, 2 straps. One is a long strap, the other one is a 3-saber strap. Some deer-ring shackles and a snatch block, just in case I need it. That's here for the ammo can. Here I have my high lift jack. Open the carrier so you can. I can open it completely, but you can see how I welded these pieces of square pipe, and I added these tabs so I can install locks so no one steals it. So yeah, here's a high lift. Now the stock spare carrier seems to be doing fine so far, but I plan to reinforce it or build another one if I see that it starts sagging or cracking. Nothing else here in the back. I'm gonna build a custom bumper for it. This one I don't like it anymore. Now, on top of the suspension work, I have a 1.5-inch body lift on this damn thing. So total lift ends up being around 6 inches. And of course I'm running 35 by 1250 R15 tires on factory Suzu 15 inches Snowflakes. I think it looks good. It moves in very well. Oh, here in the front, I forgot about the async locking hubs. I removed the auto locking hubs and got these bad boys in here. I really like them. And I also have braided brake lines here in the front. Let's see if I can show you a little bit better. There you go, braided brake lines. Now let's see the interior. So I just have a cup holder, some cup holder that I've added. Now here's how the dual cases look from the inside. So of course I had to cut a hole in here. Originally I had a Honda Civic, I think it was, center console that fit very nicely in here, but that had to go with the dual cases. So I got this cheap center console out of those China things, It's got a cup holder for the back. I have some storage here. Sorry, right there. More there. You can move the armrest. Here I have this like 12-volt extension. So here I have 3 cigarette plugs, 4 USB plugs, and I use that to charge phones and stuff. And that's why I have the little tray on the bottom, so that the phones that I'm charging, you can just leave them there and they're not gonna be bouncing around. Here's where it plugs. It's got a built-in voltmeter. Kind of like it. I'll show you from the driver's side. So again, not much here. Now I have this boost gauge and a secondary temp gauge. So I had this one here, but the bracket broke. Now I have this because the original temp sender for diesel didn't work properly with the gauge from rodeo when I got it, so it wasn't accurate. I already fixed it, but I installed this one anyway to be sure that it was working right, and I also have it in here because this one's after the thermostat. So if that one starts rising and this one doesn't, I know the thermostat is stuck closed. I also added these amber lights all around the interior. Really helps for night trails when you drop stuff on the floor and whatnot. This is the base for the high lift jack. This is a TRE awning light for the awning. I'm gonna show you that later. Now on the back, I just have those Pioneer speakers. And I have a cheap Chinese 12-volt compressor that I'm gonna remove. It was okay for the 33s, or for the 35s, it just can't air them up, so I need to clean the back. And I have 2 of those camping chairs. Now here under the driver's seat, I have a Pioneer flat subwoofer. Sounds decent actually, you know. I think I'm missing something, but that'll be it for now. So here we have Pioneer head unit with USB. I want to install a Bluetooth one. Now for lights, I have these amber pots here in the hood. I can remember how these are called. I think they are like, how do you call this? I can remember. I think they are, oh my god, I can't remember, but they have its purpose for night driving and whatnot on the trails. Really nice. Then I have that long LED bar on the top, and I have another one here at the back. Now, as you can also see, I have a TRE rooftop tent. This is the newest edition. I got this a few days ago. It's really nice. So I mounted it on the rack that I built a few months ago. I had to drill through the roof to get it to be nice and strong, you know. But it doesn't move at all. Supports the weight of the rooftop tent just fine. And on the driver's side, I have the awning. As you can see, it's pushed forward, and the reason for that is so that I can open it when it's raining, and I can open both doors without water getting in. I also have some RGB rock lights. Right now I have them set to amber. They're Bluetooth. Of course, I have them in all 4 corners. As you can see, on the hood, I have a hood scoop. That's for the intercooler. It's fully functional. I had to cut a hole through the hood, so it does work. Put a lot of work on this thing. A lot of work. Here in the interior, I had this mirror. It's got a front-facing dash cam. It's able to record to the front and everything on the road. And it also had a rear view camera, but that stopped working. The camera got full of mud, so I just need to get another camera and wire it up, and it's gonna be good to go. I have this mesh thingy here on the roof where it holds my winch remote and my tire deflator. And like I showed you here in the back, here I just have the awning light. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I also have this volt meter. Just get my keys, sorry. This one's wired directly to the battery, so you can see how well this thing's charging. As you can see right now, battery voltage seems low right now, but that's because it's glowing. There you go, there it's up. Glowing, so it's ready to fire up. There you can see the mirror. I'm actually gonna fire this thing up so you can listen to it. Just gonna cycle the glow plug one more time. The O2 light is the glow plug light now. It's a bit cold, so it's been running rough when cold starting. I still need to figure that out because it's got new glow plugs. There you can listen to it. It does make cool turbo noises. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, but you know, things happen. A few months ago, I blew up the head gasket. It blew between cylinders 1 and 2. And at the time, I really thought I was gonna just, you know, part the rodeo out, but I couldn't do it. So fixed the engine, seems to be running fine. So far, I put 600 miles on it since the gasket repair, and it's doing great, you know. I had to get some new head bolts and whatnot, but it's been working great. I also blew the clutch up a few weeks ago because I went modding and it was really deep, like really deep. So the pressure plate got all full of mud. And I think that's about it. As you can see, it's got a lot of work, a lot of custom stuff. Just the dual cases themselves was a lot of work. So yeah, here it is, 35 string lock, 456 gears, dual transfer cases, turbo diesel. It's a sweet truck, really like it. Like I said earlier in the video, 10 years being in the family. And it's been pretty reliable, I mean for the most part. I take it wheeling, and now I'm gonna use it for camping. That's why I got the RTT and the awning. Still got a bunch of work to do. More stuff that I want to add to it. But it's a really sweet truck. I really like it. So hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope I didn't miss anything. But if I did, feel free to ask it in the comment section. I'll try to answer everything as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Here it is, 95 Rodeo.